another tutorial, our first one of 2023. Woo! Today we are doing the chorus to Secret Story of the Swan by Swan. We're doing the ending chorus, mostly because I really like it, but also because I find the main chorus, it's not easy, but it's just a couple simple moves repeated. So I wanted to, teach you something that you might actually need help learning. This song was a request. I really loved it. I need to get into more Swan songs, maybe try out a couple more of their choreos. Their songs are difficult. They really it takes a lot of practice to get one of their songs down. But they're fun once you do, and it's satisfying. So if you guys want to see another Swan song, please feel free to leave that as a request. But for now, make sure you stretch, you have something to drink, and let's get into the chorus. Woo! Okay, so the end chorus to Secret Story of the Swan. Before we get into that, I forgot to say it, this whole video is mirrored so you can follow what you see. I'll try my best to mention left and right as we go along anyway. So the end chorus is different from the regular choruses. It sounds similar, but with that sort of pumped up end chorus vibe, but they change up the moves. So Jaeyeon has just finished her dance break. And there's a whole bunch of girls in the back who are standing just sort of waiting like this. So you'll start standing facing, I wouldn't say all the way to the left, maybe angle yourself out a little bit. I think I probably in my dance practice stood completely sideways, but you want a good angle on you from the front. So I would say twist to the left, but slightly angle forward. It's not like a forward stance that you slightly angled left. You want to go a little farther than that. So it almost looks like you're standing to the side, but people can kind of see the front of you. So we'll start, and our hands are just closed fingers, palms together, standing in front of us. There's nothing like your elbows aren't up or anything. Everything's relaxed. Your hands are just in front of you. And the beat's going to hit hard, and you'll come up. If I'm right, you come far out. You want like a full extension on your arms more than you want full lift. So we'll start here, and we're going to kind of just bounce our knee up and down like that while we change our arm positions. So we're going to start one, and we come out, and then we come back up to our head, and we come up, and we come down. On down, we're going to lower ourselves to kneeling. If you have trouble going up and down, all the girls, they have levels set up, so you can just stay standing for this part. I think most of them stay standing, actually, but I like the kneel. I like adding level variations into a dance, especially when I'm on my own. So we'll go from here, right at the start. We've got our hands looking at the audience, though. Don't look at your hands. It makes you look more confident if you don't look at your hands while you're dancing. Okay, so going from right here, we're going to go up, and keep our left hand at our head, and bring your right hand back up, and then lift your knee for it to come down again. So it feels a little awkward, but once you get it, it starts to feel very intuitive, I promise. So you're going to have your hands out, up, 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 down, and then we'll push your right foot back, and you're going to come down to kneel, where you go, yeah, yeah, yeah. Loop through that one more time, because I know that's like the hardest part of this dance, at least in my opinion. Going from right here, we will come out, up, up, down, and then kneel for yeah, yeah, yeah. There's 3 of those yeahs. Start with your right hand, and you're just going to push it out. So 2 on your right and 1 on your left. After that third one, you're going to stand right back up and cross your legs for our little swan walk. And that you're going to switch sides for as well. So we'll go through all that one more time. We'll start from the beginning. So with your hands up in front of you, slight twist. You're going to come up, 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 down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So from here, you'll stand right up, Your feet will be this position because you want to stand up straight, and you're just going to step forward with your right leg so that it crosses in front of your left. Bring your hands together right at your hips, just like this starting pose, but now we're down, and you're going to open yourself up, and you want to make this movement as fluid as you possibly can. It's a very like loose and elegant move. So you're kind of just imitating a swan. So your hands come out, your arms are obviously your wings, and you're just going to do a couple little steps on the beat while you flap your wings. So you'll move your arms as fluidly as you can, but it really aids in the visual of the movement if you roll your body a bit too. I don't know that I always remember to do that, but it does help. So we've just stood up from yeah. So we're going to step, swan, swan, and then we cross. When we cross, we bring our hands back together again, and we go from here. We just twist our foot all the way around, swan, and then on the third swan, they kind of, they hold the note, and so then you also hold the pose. And you're just going to let it flow into it a little more naturally, a little slower. So we'll go through that again from yeah. So if those 3 yeahs, you stand right up, cross your leg, swan, 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 and then you come up just like you would for the regular chorus. So we've done these swan, 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 very elegant. And then in the regular chorus, you bring your hand up and you bring your left leg back and you bring them both in. So these will go full extension out, and then you draw your leg in, you bring your hand to your face. And that's on, I think they say mama. Where are we? So we'll go from standing up. So we've just stood up from our yeahs. Step forward, and you're gonna swan, switch, swan, swan, swan. And so on that third one, really lean into it, almost like you're imitating like a ballerina. I find this dance suits Swan Young really well because she's got that elegant dance style. So you really want to lean into like the femininity of it. So you'll really arch and drag your hands out for that one, and then you come up and down. From there, you're going to move very fast. So you're here, you're going to want to step out again as far as you can manage it while leaning up and forward. Bring your right hand up to your forehead and just wiggle down with that little, they make a sound, I don't know how to imitate it. So we'll go from those swans again. So we've just stood up, swan, 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 like swan, 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 mama, ooh, yeah, like that. And so you're gonna wiggle down with that. And then from here, you're just gonna hard drop down and hold yourself on your knees. So you just go down. You're gonna hold it here until you get to there's like a big explosive note. And everyone comes up and does a little jump with their arms up. The arms up help with the hair flip as well, because if your hair ends up in your face, you don't really have time to fix it again after that. So let's just roll through that at the top, because I would argue that that's halfway. It's a fairly short ending chorus. So we face left, we twist slightly so that we're facing a little bit forward. Hands in front of us, and out, up, up, down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stand up, step, and come together. Swan, 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 step, swan, swan, swan. Up and out, in, up, and wiggle down, and then drop. And then they're gonna say a little line, and like the music doesn't cut, but it almost goes just vocals, and then the instrumental hits hard again. So Up, in, step out, wiggle down, and drop. Right on that hard note, you want to jump up. You want that, my hair, you want that to be as grand as you possibly can. It's a big jump, and you're so happy about it. It's one of those moments you get to put a lot of enthusiasm in the dance. So it's a very big, grand jump up, and from there you're just gonna kind of take a step and walk yourself center. You really don't have a lot of time after that jump. For me, I have really poor balance. It's something like I have to put focus on. So I take that time to sort of recenter my weight. Hopefully, I try to stay in center during the chorus just for that sake, so I don't have to worry about positioning, and I can just go straight back into the dance. Yeah, you don't have much time at all. So we're mama uake, drop, come back up for the big one, and then we're standing here and they repeat the part from the regular chorus where they've got their hands up to the left and you're just gonna flick your foot. So this is your right hand, your right leg. You're standing center. Both your hands are up and they've got that sort of open-fingered, splayed look that you see throughout Secret Story of the Swan. It's not like, it's not a hand symbol, but it's just like a way of holding your hands so that they look like you're playing very elegantly, like you're mimicking a ballerina. So we've got our hands up and we're just gonna flick, flick, and then we come around and we roll our arm. And as we roll our arm, we're stepping. Yeah, I think that's the accurate way to describe it. So let's go from that center mark again. So we're waiting for that big note and it's a big jump. We come center, we flick, flick, and then you're gonna drop your left hand and your right hand is gonna follow through on the third flick and turn into a fist. And you're just gonna swing that around. Bring it up, I believe. But as you do that, your hand will stay loose and you're gonna tap out, middle, in, and then fall back. When you fall back, you're gonna go all the way to the ground. So normally in the dance, they just lean back and grab their throat and then come up and either drop from there or stay standing. But in the end course, they like to make it more fun. So we'll go from the top right before we finish that because we're just about done. So from here, out, up, up, down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And cross. Swan, swan, swan. Swan, swan, swan. Mama, uahake. Drop. Flick up. Come up. Swoop, swoop. Tap, tap, tap. And come down. For that, I would say really lean your head back if you have the balance. The more emphasis you put on that move, the better. But right after this, you're just going to come to kneel. That's its own move. You have time to just center and bring your other leg in. Then you're going to whip your hair around, bring your chest up and grab your hands in a body roll, and swoop your hand up. This is that mama pose again. Mama. But we're doing it from kneeling. So one more time. Give you those movements again. We're going to go from here. Flick, flick, follow through, down. Come, hair flip, body roll. So that body roll, you're going to push your chest, your back out. So we're going to push our chest in when our hands are out and then bring them all together. So we push like that. And then from there, both our hands come down into fists. And this one swoops out again with that open, sort of elegant vibe that you see throughout the dance. So our hands come down, up. You're going to look up to your hand, bring it down and look back at the audience or your camera or your mirror, whatever you have. And really quickly, this only comes down for about a second. So you look up, down, and then right away, open hands crossed in front of your neck. You're going to close them. And right when they sing that last note, open them up and let them slowly come down to your side. And that's the end of the song. Good job. Okay, so we're going to go over the moves all the way through now, and then that will be it for today. And tomorrow you can see my practice with me follow along video. All right, let's go. Right from the beginning, up, 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 down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stand. Cross. Swan, swan, swan. Cross, swan, swan, swan. Mama, ooh-ah, yeah. Drop. Come up. Hands up. Flick, flick. Punch around and go down. Center. Hair, chest, up, down, cross, open. You did so well. I hope this tutorial was useful. I hope it taught you something. If there's anything at all I can do to make these tutorials better, please let me know. I also take requests. And go check out my practice video if you want to see me do the whole dance. Thank you. Bye.
Swan, swan, swan. Yeah, yeah.